Born in 1787, Shaka Zulu would rise from relative obscurity to transform the Zulu clan into a mighty kingdom. But who was Shaka? And how did his upbringing influence his future conquests and leadership style? Let's delve into his early life to uncover the roots of his complex character. In the vast landscapes of what is now known as KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa, a legend was born in 1787. This is the land that saw the rise of Shaka, a name that would one day resonate with power, innovation and controversy. But Shaka's beginnings were far from illustrious. Shaka was born to Senzanga Kona, a minor chief of the Zulu clan, and Nandi, a woman from the neighbouring but smaller Elangeni tribe. His birth was shrouded in scandal as it was the result of a relationship that was not sanctioned by tribal laws. Shaka's early life was marked by rejection and turmoil. His father initially denied paternity, claiming that Shaka's conception was caused by a digestive condition known as ishaka. Despite eventually acknowledging Shaka, the stigma of his illegitimate birth weighed heavily on his early years. Rejected by his father's people, Shaka and his mother were forced to move from one tribe to another, living as outcasts. These formative years were harsh, and they shaped Shaka into a resilient and fiercely ambitious young man. Enduring the taunts and isolation from his peers, Shaka turned to what he could control, mastering the arts of war and leadership under the tutelage of neighbouring tribe leaders. As a young warrior under the wing of Chief Dingiswayo of the Mthethwa tribe, Shaka quickly distinguished himself. His prowess in combat and strategic thinking did not go unnoticed. It was under Dingiswayo's mentorship that Shaka would first conceive of the innovations that would later revolutionize Zulu warfare and leadership. The Zulu were just one of many small tribes in the region, often overshadowed by more powerful neighbors. Yet, with his unyielding ambition and growing reputation as a formidable warrior, Shaka was poised to change this dynamic forever. From these humble and turbulent beginnings, Shaka would rise to become one of the most iconic figures in African history. But his path to power was as complex as the man himself. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into his revolutionary tactics and the kingdom he built. Shaka Zulu didn't just lead his people. He transformed them into one of the most formidable military forces of his time. When he ascended to power, the Zulu were a minor tribe. By the end of his reign, they were a dominant force, feared across southern Africa. Central to this transformation were Shaka's radical military innovations. Shaka was a visionary in military strategy. He saw the limitations of traditional warfare and systematically restructured the Zulu military approach, focusing on speed, discipline and lethal force. One of his most famous innovations was the bullhorn formation, a tactical masterpiece designed for encirclement and destruction of the enemy. The chest of the formation would engage the enemy head-on, pinning them down and holding their attention. Meanwhile, the horns, warriors on the flanks, would execute wide arcs to encircle and attack the enemy from behind, effectively trapping them. Shaka's reforms extended beyond tactics. He reorganized the army into regiments based on age and residence rather than kinship. Each regiment, or ibutho, was assigned specific colours and shields, creating a sense of unity and esprit de corps among the warriors. Training under Shaka was rigorous and relentless. He demanded absolute discipline and loyalty from his warriors. Training sessions included forced marches, combat drills, and survival skills. Shaka famously ordered his warriors to run barefoot over rough terrain to toughen them up and increase their mobility. Shaka's military system also reshaped Zulu society. The regiments lived in barracks, separated from the rest of society. This separation created a professional warrior class wholly dedicated to the Zulu state, turning the military into the backbone of societal structure. Shaka's military innovations were not without their costs. His methods were often brutal, and the constant state of warfare took a toll on his people and their neighbors. Yet these same strategies greatly expanded the Zulu nation's territory and influence, crafting a legacy that would long outlive Shaka himself. Shaka's military genius fundamentally altered the dynamics of power in southern Africa. His tactics and organizational skills turned the Zulu into a formidable force that even well-armed European invaders found challenging to subdue. With his new military tactics, Shaka began a series of campaigns to expand his territory. Through both diplomacy and force, he united or subdued neighboring tribes, vastly expanding the Zulu kingdom. Each campaign was not just a show of military might, but also a strategic move to integrate diverse peoples into his growing kingdom. Under Shaka Zulu's leadership, the once minor Zulu clan was transformed into a vast kingdom, feared and respected across southern Africa. His reign was marked by numerous military campaigns that expanded his domain dramatically. Let's explore how Shaka's strategic mind and relentless ambition shaped his conquests. Shaka's first major campaign was against the Buthelezi tribe. Utilizing his newly formed bullhorn formation, Shaka decisively defeated them, demonstrating the effectiveness of his military innovations. This victory was a turning point, signaling the rise of the Zulus as a regional power. With the Zulu military's growing reputation, Shaka next turned his attention to the Ndwandwe tribe, one of his most formidable adversaries. The battle with the Ndwandwe was brutal and pivotal. It solidified Shaka's reputation as a military genius and a ruthless leader. Each campaign under Shaka was carefully planned. He used both psychological warfare and military might to weaken his enemies before major battles. Shaka's strategies included night attacks, forced marches, and the strategic use of reserves to exploit enemy weaknesses. Shaka's approach to warfare was revolutionary. He not only focused on winning battles, but also on psychological tactics that instilled fear and respect among his adversaries. This helped him integrate defeated tribes, expanding the Zulu nation both territorially and culturally. Shaka's kingdom building was not just about military conquests. He also forged alliances through diplomacy and marriage, integrating other tribes into the Zulu fold. This blend of force and diplomacy was crucial in creating a sense of unity and identity among the diverse groups within his kingdom. By the end of his reign, Shaka had transformed the political landscape of southern Africa. The Zulu kingdom had grown from a small tribe into a powerful kingdom that controlled a vast area and influenced the region's history profoundly. Shaka's campaigns laid the foundations for the Zulu kingdom, an entity that would endure and adapt long after his death. His legacy is a testament to the profound impact one visionary leader can have on the destiny of a nation. Shaka Zulu was not just a military innovator, he was also a transformative leader whose governance reshaped the Zulu nation. His rule was characterized by both visionary leadership and ruthless tactics. Let's explore the complexities of his governance and the lasting impacts on his people. Central to Shaka's governance was a strict, centralized administrative system. He established the royal kraal as the heart of Zulu political power, where all major decisions were made. Under his rule, the Zulu kingdom adopted a regimental system, not just for military organization, but also for civilian administration. Shaka's regime was highly organized. He divided the kingdom into districts, each overseen by a trusted commander who reported directly to him. This ensured loyalty and efficiency, but also installed a regime of surveillance and control over his subjects. Shaka's leadership was marked by harsh discipline. He maintained order through a combination of fear and loyalty, often meting out severe punishments for disobedience or treason. His enforcement of law was absolute, with capital punishment for crimes that threatened the unity or stability of the kingdom. Despite the authoritarian aspect of his rule, Shaka was also a pragmatic leader. He recognized the importance of social cohesion and cultural identity. Shaka sponsored many rituals and ceremonies that reinforced Zulu traditions and integrated them with his military innovations, thereby fostering a robust national identity. Shaka's approach to governance also included economic reforms. He introduced new agricultural techniques and centralized the distribution of resources, which ensured the army and the people were well supplied in times of war and peace. Shaka's economic policies were ahead of their time. By centralizing storage and control of resources, he could mobilize the army quickly without the burden of logistical delays, a strategy that supported his rapid military campaigns and sustained population during peacetime. Yet Shaka's rule was not without its detractors. His methods could be brutal, and his insistence on absolute control led to unrest among his own people, culminating in his assassination by those closest to him. Shaka Zulu's leadership transformed the Zulu nation, for better and for worse. His innovative governance and strict discipline forged a powerful state that played a pivotal role in the region's history, leaving a legacy that still resonates in the annals of leadership and statecraft.